Hello everyone, my name is Kumar and welcome back to our channel KUMAR Programming. This is the 10th session of this series where we are building a complete e-commerce project in Next.Js 15 and React 19 as online switch store. In our previous session, we have created a insert product schema and we have used the JOD in order to validate our schema, and we created our product type by inferring our insert product schema, right? So that's what we did in our last session. Now in this session, we are going to do the serverless environment setup, since we are using a serverless database, and also we are going to deploy this application in a serverless Vercel environment. Essentially, our serverless environment could not have a long-lived TCP connection, and it cannot handle the multiple database connections. So in order to resolve that, we need to use adapter, and this Prisma introduced the adapter for serverless environment. Now let me quickly show you. Now if you see here we have a very good documentation from Prisma, and if you see, this is to support for serverless database driver in Prisma, right? And if you see here, Prisma is releasing preview support for serverless database driver from Neon and PlanetScale. But we are going to use this Neon, right? Since we are using Neon platform, and what this adapter will do, it will leverage the existing database driver for communication with their database without long-lived TCP connections, right? Because serverless environments are not supporting for long-lived TCP connections. So now let me show you that what is the problem we have in our serverless environment. If we have our traditional database connectivity, here suppose that we have connection limit 20, right? And we are trying to communicate in a serverless environment more than 20 requests, then all the other requests are going to be fail, right? Because we are not having a long-lived database connections over there, and those connections are limited, right? So if you see, this is our current scenario where we are trying to connect with Prisma through the query engine, and this query engine is directly connecting to the database, right? So this is fine till the time we are working on a local machine, but once we are trying to deploy in our serverless environment, then it's going to fail, right? So what we have to do, we have to just add a driver adapter, right, inside our Prisma client. So what will happen, this Prisma client is going to communicate with this query engine, and this query engine is going to communicate with the adapter, and this adapter is responsible to communicate with the database and get the data back to the Prisma client. And here now we don't have any TCP connection anymore, and this adapter is going to enable HTTP and WebSocket request. These two, WebSocket and HTTP connection, is going to be enabled over here, right? And it's dramatically simplifying function as service deployment, right? It would be very easy. We just need to add our adapter. So what we have to do, so here Neon provided three library: Prisma adapter Neon, and Neon database serverless, and WebSocket, right? So we have to install these three libraries, and we are going to configure our provider inside our Prisma, right? And after that we will do the Prisma configuration, right? So it would be very simple. I'll show you that how we can implement it. Now let's flip to the Visual Studio. Here first of all we will install our library. I'll open a terminal here, and we are going to install these three library, right? Let's install it. So now I'm installing all these three library, right? So all these three libraries are added now. And now the second configuration which we need to do is, we have to add this preview feature driver adapter inside our schema Prisma, right? So now let's do that. And here we have our schema Prisma, right? And here we are going to add this right after provider inside our Prisma client, right? And the third is, we have to pass the driver adapter to the Prisma client instance, right? So now let's copy this. And now I'm going to create a separate Prisma instance here inside our DB file. I'll create a file as a prisma.ts, right? And I'll just paste it over here, right? We don't need this .env, and I'll remove this one as well. Why we are getting this error? Could not find declaration file for module WebSocket, right? So we need to install this, right? We need to install its type since we are using TypeScript. Let's do that. Yep, now it's installed. So now we should not be seeing this error anymore, right? Yeah, it's gone. And here what we will do, we will export this Prisma export, right? Now what we will do, we are using our this Prisma schema, right? And inside this Prisma schema, we are passing our adapter. So now onwards, rather than using this schema Prisma, we are going to use this Prisma, right? Because this Prisma is having the adapter. So we will change all the connectivity from Prisma our existing Prisma to this Prisma, because this Prisma is having adapter, right? So let's quickly do that inside our product action we are using, right? So here we are using Prisma client. Now we are going to remove this Prisma client and we will use our new Prisma which we have created along with the adapter, right? Inside our DB Prisma, right? It's imported. And I think that's the only place we are using this new Prisma. Let me just try to find out. We are using inside our seed as well, right? Here also we will replace this and we are going to import this Prisma from, it's in the same directory. So this would be Prisma, right? And we will comment it out, or we will remove this line, okay? And also we will remove this one as well, right? And now we will run our application npm run dev, right? Hopefully everything would be working fine as expected. Let's see. It's taking some time because we have just changed our configuration. Yep, now it's compiled. And here, if we refresh this and see, we are able to see the existing data as it is, right? So now we have implemented our adapter for our serverless environment within our existing Prisma, right? And now this application is ready for the deployment. We can deploy in our serverless Vercel environment. And after that, we would be start building with the authentication, right? And friends, at the end of this session, if you found this tutorial helpful, do me a favor, like this video to support me and my channel, and subscribe my channel if you haven't done so far for more content like this, and share this with your fellow developer who might find it useful. And if you really love my work, then consider buying me a coffee to support for more free tutorials. Link is given below in the description. Alright, that's all for the day. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Till then, take care and keep learning.